everyone. Last time you guys saw me, I was in California. I spent a couple of weeks there going to Joshua Tree, Death Valley, Hot Springs, Palm Springs, Disney, and even popped my tire. Now I'm actually heading back to the Grand Canyon for an event and I have about a week to get there. I recently made a video in the Grand Canyon and if you haven't checked it out yet, I highly recommend and I'll link it down below. Now don't worry, California is a huge state. There's so much to see and do there, so I will be going back this year, but for now I'm back in Arizona. I drove a few hours yesterday, so today I'm just having a relaxing day and figured I'd take you guys along with me. Now I get a lot of questions, and although I try to respond to them in the comments, I thought it'd be a good idea to just respond to a lot of them in a video today. I've done 2 Q&As in the past, and I figured it might be a good idea to do one about every 6 months just to update you on my life, answer your questions, and just tell you what's going on. So I went to Instagram, Patreon, and YouTube, made a list of questions, and today I'm going to answer them, so let's get into it. This morning I'm having one of my favorite foods for breakfast. So simple, it's overnight oats, and this is the Fruity Pebbles flavor. It's so good. I just give it a little mix. Cheers. It's also super hot outside, so this is perfect for this type of weather. The first question is, what is my favorite part about living in my car, which is a super simple answer. It's being able to go where I want, when I want. So it's going to be 90 degrees in Arizona all week. Today's a high of 91. Last night, I just decided I wanted to be near a lake today, so that's where I went. I get to wake up to these beautiful views, have breakfast on my picnic blanket. I'm gonna go swimming all day, and then tonight I'll just decide where I wanna go and start heading over there. So I have a lot of freedom living in my car, and that is definitely my favorite part. Speaking of swimming, I'm a few minutes away from the lake, so let's head over there. Now, I've talked about having epilepsy in the past, and I've been getting a lot of questions about it recently. One is, how do I drive since I have epilepsy? And the second is, how do I live on my own and travel? So let's talk about that a little bit. I was 14 years old when I was diagnosed with epilepsy, and now I'm 26, so I've dealt with it almost half my life. I'm very fortunate to say that as long as I take my medication, I don't have seizures. So the last time I had one was when I was 18 because I forgot to take my meds one day, but it's been 8 years seizure-free, which is why I'm able to travel on my own as well as why I'm able to drive. I think a lot of people question this because if you are actively having seizures, you're not able to drive. I think the law differs between states. Personally, I grew up in New York, so when I had a seizure at 18, my license was revoked for 6 months, meaning I wasn't able to drive for 6 months. But after those 6 months, since I didn't have one, I was able to drive again. But like I said, it's been so long at this point that honestly, I kind of forget I have epilepsy most times. It's really not a thought that crosses my mind. As long as I just take my medication, like I said, every morning and night, I'm a-okay, and I'm very fortunate. That's all I'm gonna say about my epilepsy for now, because those were the 2 questions I received. But if you guys are curious about my epilepsy journey, feel free to let me know, and I'd be happy to make a video about it. See you on the flip side. And we've made it. One, 2, 3. Ooh. I feel absolutely incredible. Any day where I get to go swimming or go hiking, I am so happy. That's why I gravitate going towards places where I can go hiking and where I can go swimming. So the next question is, what have been my favorite places so far? It's really hard to just choose one, but I would say on the East Coast, my favorite state to visit was definitely New Hampshire. And on the West Coast, I really love Washington and Arizona. Another question I've been asked is if I plan to hit all 50 states, and I do. That is my goal. Right now, I'm at 30, I believe, so I still have 20 more to see, but I'm only counting the states that I actually spent time in, not the ones that I just drove right through. Next isn't a question, but I'm responding to a few comments. People said that my hair was uneven. Yes, it definitely is. I went to get a haircut and they completely just messed it up. So the left side is a bit longer than the right now. So I'm just gonna wait for it to grow out a little bit. And then when I get back home, I'm gonna go to the hair salon that I went to all my life because she's now the only person I trust to cut my hair. Let's head out to make some lunch. Oops. On today's lunch menu, we've got breakfast for lunch, 2 protein pancakes with an egg over easy. All right, let's give it a taste test. Cheers. That's a solid pancake, but I forgot one thing. Now we're talking. All done, time for a shower break. Made it to the one and only. You guys may have noticed I have a new fridge. This is the EcoFlow GLAICER, which is perfect for car camping. This fridge comes in 3 sizes, 35, 45, and 55 liter capacities, ensuring you have the right fit for your vehicle. I went with the 35 liter because it fits right on this seat. The EcoFlow GLAICER has a built-in battery pack that supports up to 43 hours of continuous operation on a single charge. This can be used as either a fridge or a freezer, but the bigger ones have a dual zone design, so it'll have both. My favorite thing about this fridge is how it's engineered to work perfectly in a car. It has a dual long edge door design, so I can open it both ways. It also has a slide rail system, so I can easily glide it out of the car. I also really like that I can control the settings on my phone using the EcoFlow app. It is so convenient. Now, like I said, it's going to be a very warm week, but thankfully I have just the thing. This is the EcoFlow Wave 3, the most powerful wireless portable air conditioner with an add-on battery pack perfect for car camping and using outdoors. I love that the EcoFlow Wave 3 is portable and wireless because I can move it around and use it wherever I need to. The EcoFlow Wave 3 has an 8-hour long-lasting battery pack and can be charged in a variety of ways. What's so great is that it has powerful cooling and heating, so not only am I going to be using it during the summer, but it'll also be so helpful when I'm in cold weather. No more needing to sleep with 4 blankets at a time. I'm using it right now since I'm sitting in the hot car and cooking, but I'll also be using it while I'm sleeping because it's still going to be a very warm night. To use it, I just turn on the battery, adjust the settings, and keep the exhaust pipe out the window. The runtime shows on the screen, and clearly I've been using this for a while. If you want an EcoFlow product for yourself, you could use the link in my description for an exclusive discount. On the other side of the building is a juice bar, so I'm gonna go in there, A, because a juice right now sounds amazing, and B, I need some Wi-Fi because I have a few emails I need to respond to. Speaking of emails, another question I get asked a lot is how do I afford to travel full time and what is my job? So before moving into my car, I was just saving up whatever I could. I was nannying, substitute teaching, full-time editing for my cousin's YouTube channel, so I just tried to save as much as possible. And now that I travel full-time, my YouTube channel has become my full-time job. So a typical week is that I'll film for 2 days, edit for 3 days, and then try to take 2 days off. Juice time. Another question I get asked a lot is, how do I deal with loneliness, and do I feel lonely living on my own? So I've talked about this a little bit. My first year traveling in my car, I don't think I felt lonely at all. Everything was just so new to me. I was excited every day because I was seeing something new, and I never really had the time to think about the fact that I was even on my own. Coming into year 2, things sort of changed a bit. I made a video in the beginning of this year talking about how I was feeling extremely lonely, but lately I've been feeling a lot better. That is because I've also been seeing way more friends and family. Speaking of friends and family, today I'm actually about to go meet up with one of my friends, Nico. He travels in his car full-time as well, and the two of us, I'm so excited. We're meeting at a skate park, and he's gonna teach me how to skate, which is something I've been wanting to learn for the longest time. So let's head on over there. I really need to clean my windshield.
Bare basics of skateboarding, basically you gotta find out which foot goes first, and the only way to do that is to actually push you and see which foot kind of like goes naturally forward, and that's like your first foot that goes forward on the board.
Alright.
So
push me. Wait, I'm scared. Wait, it was the right one.
It kind of looks like the right one. Hold on. Let's do it again. Hold on.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the right.
Is it right? Like you're naturally like stepping forward.
It's gotta be this one.
Okay.
Nico's gonna show off his tricks. That was awesome.
You did good.
Well, I can officially check skateboarding off my bucket list. Now I'm at a Walmart. I'm gonna stay here tonight, so I'm just gonna rearrange the car, get ready for bed, and answer a few more questions. Let's tackle these two right now because I was actually talking about both of these topics with Nico, and they're questions I get asked all the time. So 1, do I plan on getting a van? Definitely yes. In my first Q&A, I think I said like I was okay with the RAV. The second one, I was sort of leaning towards getting ready for a bigger rig. Now I definitely want to. After a year and a half living in this car, I do love it, but I really think it is time to upgrade because it's just feeling very claustrophobic in here. It's not super practical anymore. So I'm hoping in the near future I will upgrade. I just have to save a little bit more because getting a new car or van is very expensive. The second question, which I get asked all the time, is when am I getting my dog? Don't worry, I still am. I was going to in March, but then I ended up planning a trip to Europe this summer. I'm doing about 2 weeks in Scotland and a week in Italy. I just felt like it wasn't fair to get a dog in March and then just leave for an entire month. So I will definitely be getting my dog right when I get back. I'm so serious about it, so excited. It just didn't seem like the right time, but definitely when I get back from my trip, I will be getting a dog. I'm all ready for bed, and I'm gonna end the night doing a speed round with all of the questions I received on Patreon. Where would you like to travel after you've explored America? It's always been a dream of mine to go to Australia, rent a van, and travel around for a couple of months, so I'm hoping I get to do that. Do you miss sleeping in a real bed? Honestly, not really. I find that my bed is extremely comfortable. Sleeping in my car is no problem, but once in a while I guess it's nice to go to like a hotel or family and friend's house and stay in a bed, but I like my car. How often do you feel unsafe? Honestly, I don't think I feel any more unsafe living in my car than I did before living in my car. I'm just cautious. I stay aware of my surroundings, but I never really feel unsafe traveling. How many miles have you put on the RAV4 in your time on the road? I've added around 50,000 miles since I've been living on the road. My maintenance light just went off again, so it's time to bring it into a Toyota. What does it cost month to month? I made a video talking about all my expenses, so I'll link that down below if you're curious. It's pretty much the same as it was in that video, plus the $600 I now pay per month for healthcare. Where did you get the RAV? I bought my car in New Jersey about 7 or 8 years ago now. How is the RAV4 holding up? What extra repairs have you done besides normal maintenance? The car's doing well. No other repairs really. I just bring it in every 5,000 miles for maintenance, for an oil change, and it does have a new tire because I popped it a few weeks ago, but that's about it. What's your favorite music genre and artist? I don't really have a favorite artist. Genre, I feel like I lean towards alternative rock, and sometimes I like to listen to pop. Have you ran into anyone that's watched your channel? Yes, I have. I think it's happened about like 10 times or so. It's always really nice when I get to meet people who watch my channel. We just have really long conversations usually. They tell me about their travels because I feel like most people I run into travel as well. Yeah, it's always really enjoyable. So if you do ever see me out in public, make sure you say hi. What are your short and long-term plans? Long term, at this point, I honestly have no idea, but short term, like I said, I'm going to Europe for a month. When I get back, I'll be getting a dog, hopefully trying out other rigs and eventually upgrading to a different rig. And that is all of those questions. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any more questions, feel free to leave those down in the comments. I'll make sure to do another Q&A, and I'll see all of you next Saturday. Good night, everyone.